Hey, what's up guys, it's BloodHound, and today I want to go over something I've been thinking about recently, and that is, what is the best game mode in Battlefield 1? I, for one, and many others would agree that Frontlines is the best game mode currently. I personally found this game mode to be much better than the rest, reasons I'll get into later in this video. But for now, I like to discuss why I think game modes such as Rush, Conquest, and Operations are inferior to Frontlines. Let's start with Rush. It's simple. It's just simply not fun. The current maps in Battlefield 1 do not specifically cater to Rush, and because of that, the game mode suffers. Clearly, the numbers provide a clear picture of that, and not to mention that the game mode is only 24 players. Moving to Conquest, things are a bit better than Rush, but still remains the most popular game mode in Battlefield 1, no surprise there. The all-out warfare gameplay of Conquest is so popular and loved by the fan base. So, how's that bad? Now, I don't think Conquest is complete garbage. I still enjoy it on infantry-only maps from time to time, but I think it is due to the recent changes DICE has made to the game mode as a whole in Battlefield 1. It just puts less of an emphasis on defending flags. As a result, you only have large hordes of players moving from objective to objective. This is extremely present on maps such as Fort DeVal and the new Nivelle Knights map. But why would these hordes of players move from objective to objective without defending? Well, it's simple. It is simply more viable to move and capture another point than it is to stay and defend one. And that for me just breaks the entire game and makes it frustrating and hard to win. Now, I'll move to Operations. Most likely the best game mode out of the main three. Incorporating aspects of both Conquest and Rush, players progress through multiple maps and barrages of attacks. I have almost no complaints about this game mode, other than the fact that defenders must defend against numerous waves of enemies while being granted a behemoth to their arsenal as well. I could be the only one experienced, but after a couple waves of attacking or defending, I'm just simply too burnt out or too tired to continue fighting the same people on the same map over and over again. Now, this type of stuff is really apparent on operations such as Oil of Empires, where you have to progress through 3 desert maps. Not very fun. The only operation that does this game mode justice is probably Kaiserslacht, offering a variety of diversity from fighting in trenches, in villages, and all the way to the urban goodness that is of Amiens. I'd also like to include that when you switch to 40 players, Operations is even worse. No differences are made to accommodate the smaller player count, and because of this, vehicles absolutely slaughter entire teams. Now, this brings me to the meat of today's video, and that is Frontlines. I've discussed and given my opinion as to why the other game modes are inferior to Frontlines. Whether you agree with me or not, it is solely an opinion. But what makes Frontlines better than the rest? Simple. It's a better Operations. A smaller player count gives more emphasis on team-based gameplay and keeps the amount of grenade spam, vehicle whoring, and such to a minimum. While it is still present, it is bearable. Unlike Operations, when you successfully defend an objective in Frontlines, you're able to push the front line back into the enemy spawn, whereas you're completely unable to do so in Operations. Not to mention, it is a symmetrical game mode, unlike the rest, offering equal opportunity to both sides. Now, once you clear each front line, you are then able to push into the enemy's base and destroy 2 telegraphs. This is pretty much identical to Rush, a straight up copy. And this is good. With the use of artillery strikes, the defending team can put up a last-ditch effort and win, pushing the objectives back into the front lines. Now, this entire tug-of-war gameplay really interests me and made me fall in love with this game mode, as it puts an equal emphasis on both attack and defense like Operations, but simply better. And unlike Operations, you actually get something when you successfully defend. Oh, and did I mention that there's no behemoths in front lines? Yeah, probably the best thing about this game mode. If you're asking why there isn't, honestly, it'd just be way too easy for the defending team to come back and steamroll the entire game. Especially given there can only be one objective at a time. So yeah, that's why I think Frontlines is the best game mode in Battlefield 1. It just works so well and I love every minute of it. While it can be frustrating at times, as any competitive game should, I find reward and satisfaction in this game mode more so than any other game mode in the entire game. Now, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to drop a like and a subscription, and if you have any thoughts about this topic, or anything I discussed in today's video, you can write them down in the comments section below or contact me on Twitter or Discord. And as always guys, it's been BloodHound, and I'll catch you on the next live stream or video.